crucial part in starting a business that was more online than compared to a man, because what men will do is they'll go offline, or they'll have a physical office. So do you think that being a woman played that part to have the online presence more?
Yes, I feel that is increasing. Maybe I'll share a real scenario. Yesterday,
Mhm.
we had our coaching program where I generally train people how to start business.
Right.
So in that call, there were 8 people, six, I believe it was from women only. And all the women had the same pain point. They
Right.
got married, either they are planning for kids or they had kids.
Right.
Very so they were working in IT or other sectors and they feel they're not able to manage the kids and family. Now,
Right.
this pain point, if you think just as a pain point, women can come. But
Right.
they think that this pain point and they have to come back because we are educated. So now they don't have any other solution because they can't go outside, open a shop, or they can't do this. So women thinks like, okay, let me do something from home.
Right.
And they start building some craft business and they do some, some people do some content,
Mhm. Mhm.
commerce. But I believe for all these majority things, woman is a start point.
Right.
They have that pain, no? They are educated, they were earning, but life has put them upside down. And if they get small family support, also they want to prove themselves. So
Right.
these
Of course.
days, definitely, when compared to men, of course, men are doing good in the business. I don't say no. When it comes to the online space, the
Yeah.
spark is from the women.
Hello, everyone. Today we have Miss Nivetha Muralidharan from Newgenmax, a digital solutions provider. We welcome you, Nivetha. Thank you for connecting with SMB Connect.
Thanks, Radhika, for the warm invite.
Yeah, let's start with, can you give me a brief introduction that what Newgenmax is all about?
Okay, so we help Amazon sellers, especially to scale their business on Amazon ads.
Right.
Consider that some people are selling around 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. We understand where they're actually lagging, and through PPC, like performance
Mm-hmm.
marketing, we
Mm-hmm.
help them to scale their sales only on Amazon.
Right. Right. So, I mean, how did you start this business? Like, what vision do you had behind this business?
Okay. I believe time only gave me this particular business. So I was doing e-commerce business. I was selling my own products. So I started this journey at 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, I started selling my own products online. And at
Right.
2017, there was a great setback for me in terms of financial, and I had some surgeries. My dad had surgery. I had my marriage. So
Right.
at that point of time, I had a lot of stocks in hand, and
Mm-hmm.
I have to pay suppliers a lot. So that
Right.
was a time I thought only e-commerce was not going to help me out, because only
Mm-hmm.
at that time e-commerce was actually scaling. Not
Right.
everyone
Yeah.
used to purchase on Amazon, Flipkart
Mm-hmm.
so easily.
Yeah.
So what I did was like I thought, okay, let me help out with whatever the knowledge that I have. So I approached some of the people. I started giving small services as freelancing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they have any problem in e-commerce, in Amazon, Flipkart, everything I used to help them.
Right.
One point of time I understood there is a huge demand for this because there were no freelancers who were doing that at that time. So
Right.
I started hiring team. I started training them, and we started giving n number of opportunities, like n number of services.
Mm-hmm.
And after 20, I believe maybe in last 2 years only, I'm very specific. Like we can't do all the things in this particular niche because
Right. Of
e-commerce have
course.
grown like anything. So we
Mm-hmm.
are too specific. If you want to scale business on Amazon, then come to us. We are the right fit. So only that we are doing. But I have been working with multiple small things inside e-commerce for the past 5 years roughly.
Market trends are changing on the daily basis, we can say. I mean, weekly basis, fortnight basis. So how do you keep up with the market trends? Because daily, on the daily basis, something new comes up and the customer is looking for that new and that spontaneity. So how do you maintain that spontaneity along with focusing on the business, not harming the business again, and then maintaining that spontaneity?
Okay, so one thing is like you have a proper team means the team will
Mhm.
always do and analyze what is the market trends. So periodically,
Right.
when I start interacting with my team and I say,
Mhm.
okay, what is a new feature? We start discussing that. And I also do a personal audit of some of the departments. When I go to those,
Right.
I figure out, hey, what's this something new? Let me browse it up.
Right.
And I follow some of the newsletters, but I hardly read newsletters of Amazon, etc. But
Mhm.
when you put hands on, I feel like I am seeing one panel today. Tomorrow, if there is a change, even if it's a Zoom, if there is a
Right.
change, you'll understand what is the difference.
Right.
So putting hands on is the best way to understand what is the update, because you don't have to go and follow someone, or because you won't have the time. When
Right.
you do what you are doing and when you have a team, when you keep on interact with them, you will understand the latest strategy. Of course, sometimes you won't even understand what is this happening, and you will be the last one to get all these knowledge. But at some point of time, my team comes and say, "Hey, I read this in LinkedIn. There is something that is going to come up." Sometimes
Right.
my team also comes. So hiring a proper team also helps in keeping the founder updated.
Right. So, like the proper team is the key to have a good
Yeah,
success,
a
right?
proper team and a good communication with them. So they come up,
Right.
you share something, and you interact. That will be perfect.
Right. So, like, what are the like challenges you are facing these days? If you're talking about, and how are you, dealing with those challenges?
Every time there will be a challenge. Maybe recently during this interview process, one major challenge I'm facing is like we are expanding the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we were actually hardly less than 10 people. Now it is 15, 20. Summer it's going to 20 nearly.
Mm-hmm.
So now the process of hiring people, leaving, everything is coming, and I feel as a business owner, I was small team person. Less than 15 is small,
Right.
but
Yeah.
once we expand, I understood very clearly like there are a lot more process is going to get involved here,
Right.
and when you expand your business, you should expand the team, and there will come a lot of problems, and you should know how to handle it.
Right.
So, being a company, I'm completely working in remote. There are a lot of companies who are completely doing remote and still manage a very good amount of
Mm-hmm.
team, even above 100.
Right.
But as a woman entrepreneur, I feel sometimes I feel should I again go back to hybrid model or office model?
Right. Of
So
course.
this
The
thought is
dilemma is
actually
always there.
yeah, this has started hitting me
Yeah.
very hard in the recent days, and I'm still figuring out the solution: remote work, hybrid versus work from
Mm-hmm.
office, which is going to be best suitable in the next 2 years.
Right. So, like, for example, you are dealing with the customers, and you are dealing with the dilemma. So, are there any instances where you have to, visit their business to give them a proper way out?
No, I have never visited any client business or something like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
completely digital, and it's not just now. Even before COVID, I
Mm-hmm.
used to do everything online because I'm in a different city from my actual. I'm from Chennai, but I stay in West Bengal.
Mm-hmm.
Very hardly there are one or two people who come and meet me, and
Right.
else everything I do it over online. So I
Okay.
don't think in this digital era, like going and meeting physically is actually required. There is Zoom call,
Mhm.
video call, everything is fine. And whenever I go there and I feel like I want to meet them, I meet. It's not a compulsion.
Right. So, like talking when we are talking about your business. So, like, what are your long-term and short-term objectives? About the expansion and growth of your business. How do you see yourself in the next 5, say, 10 years?
Okay. Honestly, I always say this in my interview. I honestly don't have a plan in the next 5 years because I feel the industry is going to grow like anything.
Mm-hmm.
It is beyond my imagination. That's what I always feel.
Right.
Because the last 5 years, if you have asked me that I would be running three different companies, I'd be like this space. I have never even imagined this position at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel the technologies are going very rapidly. Uh, but again, to be very specific, like we are running agency, we are running coaching, or we are doing the e-commerce business. I
Right.
just feel like I and my team have to keep ourselves up to date. And again, we shouldn't go and give all the services in our service industry. We
Right.
are too specific. In case
Yeah.
I'm adding one more department, I have to be way more too specific what I'm going to do.
Right.
My early days, the mistake I did was accepting all the orders. Hey, you need GST, come, I'll help you,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is not even relevant to me. I'll be getting it
Yeah.
and I'll be trying to outsource, thinking I'm making money.
Yeah.
That is maybe in the initial days, it was good learning for me, but that is one of the biggest mistake that I did.
Mm-hmm. No, of course, we learn from our mistakes only. The
Yeah,
businesses grow. It's a test and trial method. Whatever works.
correct, correct.
Yeah. So I think you basically help customers with the e-commerce platform to make their presence at the e-commerce platform. So do you also help them to have an omni-channel presence in the market?
Yeah, I actually guide them generally, but
Mm-hmm.
as a service we don't provide. I generally guide them
Mm-hmm.
because I started my career not just with Amazon. I started selling on sites that people don't even know. Like there was one site called Kindergarten.
Right.
There was site like even on Shop Plus, I've been a very top seller. I believe at 2015 or something, 2015, 16 and all.
Right.
So I feel like you have to be there everywhere. And even though I have no connection with offline, I recommend them to go for offline and I connect with the right persons
Right.
because I was in distribution when I started my career.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even though that is not my department, I say a brand like if you are having the opportunity to be on everywhere, like I go for an airport. If your brand is there, it is well and good.
Right.
And it is not advisable for every brand also, because we work
Of
with
course.
specific D2C brands
Right.
where they have a huge presence, huge investment, and they know what business is all about. So
Right.
only to those brands I actually recommend. Whereas if a brand is growing, or if that brand products are not so unique, then I generally don't recommend these types of ideas.
Right, right. So, like, what kind of strategies do you provide, to the customers, to the specifically, I'll ask D2C brands, so they can, make their presence visible on Amazon, Flipkart, and other e-commerce platforms. And then, if they want, they can open their offline store as well. So, what strategies do you have, and how do you, deal with, if those, if you have, provided one strategy, and if it fails by, any chance. So how do you deal with that as well?
Okay, I feel there is nothing called one strategy and all. We generally work
Mm-hmm.
on multiple strategies. See, even if you
Mm-hmm.
break down, if you come to the Amazon ads, we try strategy one, strategy two.
Right.
And now, since we work majority with the D2C brand owners, okay, now the brand owners are now well matured enough. When I
Right.
started my career, no, like I used to give a lot of inputs.
Right.
Now the clients that we are working are already well matured, and we work clients from international also. Like
Right.
we have a client from China itself. They are doing good in the
Mm-hmm.
US market. We help them
Mm-hmm.
to expand in United Arab Emirates.
Right.
So here comes a tough point in understanding the target audience mindset. Like you have to be too specific. For example, we have a client who sell Indian ethnic items in US.
Right.
So then we have to specifically understand how a mindset of US people will be there, whether they are going to
Right. Of
buy it,
course.
or Indian people settled in US are going to buy it, and at what time are they going to buy it, how to specific. Then we break down,
Right.
and the strategies are everything unique for each and every business.
Mm-hmm.
So the first I feel is like target audience and their mindset. That's what I learned when expanding to international.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for an example, to be very simple, in India we just know only kids toys. When you
Right.
go
Of
to
course.
US or other regions, there are something called printables. Kids
Right.
printable. People sell printables just on Etsy.
Right.
There's someone who's going to have a home printer printed pay for you. The same thing we can get it in Canada.
Yeah.
So the mindset of the people matters a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
the market what you're going to work, and what is your product, and the way that you project it
Right. Of course.
will
Understood.
always actually help you. And if you're working on some commercial ads, that word matters a lot. What
Right.
is your USP? You have to project it, and people will start buying your products.
Right. So, what are your basic geographical areas? What part of the world or India is specifically as that people you get customers from?
Okay. Initially, I was getting from Mumbai, Delhi, but
Mhm.
as of now, majority is from South only, because I'm
Okay.
from Tamil Nadu,
Okay.
and
And outside India?
majority of my media interviews are also in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah.
So mostly I cover Tamil Nadu, but still we have from Bangalore, Hyderabad, and
Mm-hmm.
20 to 25% of client from the other states.
Right. Any, I
So
mean,
international also we are handling it, but it's very minimal. Like majority is from only Tamil Nadu.
okay, of course. So, how do your brand prioritize and enhance customer engagement? Like, for example, what are the strategies your brand specifically take to, promote your business or to gather more clients or to, look for something new? Because industry is all about innovation. There are so many people, and if you are doing something new, then only you will be standing out of them, right?
Okay. No, I have a contrary thought in it. You can't do anything new. That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're
Mm-hmm.
also going to Facebook ads, means I'm also going to run the Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
So what people what they look into is like, what is your delivery, what is your commitment, and are you good enough? So
Right.
here comes the team role. Like what I have learned through the years, like if I am holding the authority in a
Mm-hmm.
particular client, like okay, only Nivetha will come and do this work, means then you can't win the client. So it
Right.
is building a very good team and giving them the authority what they should do and how they
Mhm.
should present in the meeting or how they should connect with the customer
Right.
client.
Right.
That matters a lot, because at the end of the day, people value the experience and not what innovation. Because every time
Mhm.
innovation is not going to work out, and because when it comes to ads and all, it's about strategies and how are we going to implement. You can't do
Right.
anything out of box. Majority of the my competitors, they are also my close friends. I know that these people are also doing it.
Right.
Way that we vary is like what is the client requirement, we understand and we take it forward, and the team does the best, and also the team takes the authority to connect with the
Right.
clients, present it. So it's like I would be at the back end, but I still make sure that I project my team in the front. and they lead the entire thing. So that is way more important. And because obviously, if I am going to lead it, no, obviously I won't be available in calls.
Right, of course.
Then they will come and say me, okay, this won't
Yeah.
set. But if I have a team, exclusive team person, its
Right.
responsibility is to connect with them. They will be more happy, and regularly I can connect with the client as per schedule. So that's way more important, I feel.
Understood, completely understood. I mean, that is a really great way to move forward. So, like, this segment, I'll end it with like, what is the hardest part being an entrepreneur?
Okay. Hardest part is nowadays I feel like managing everything, managing team, and just fixing out, okay, that didn't work, this didn't work, whom should you work, like sometimes you feel, even you say people just leave it, people just ignore it, team members ignore it when
Right.
you expand the team. So I'm trying to build some systems way more properly, so
Right.
that if I say it gets documented, and if it's documented they have to done it dot. So that makes our life so much easier. So maybe the building the team and giving them the proper responsibilities, and as you mentioned, satisfying the customers, all these, or will always, sometimes you feel in a particular department that is going down, so encouraging them, pushing them, that is way more important. And that is where I feel I'm learning and I'm struggling, just learning.
Definitely. I mean, life is all about learning. Once you have stopped learning, I mean, there is no growth, right?
Yeah, I agree to it.
Right. So, I'll just shift this conversation a little bit towards the women entrepreneur part, right? At SMB Connect, we are coming up with Advaita Awards, where we are, honoring women entrepreneurs across India. So, for that, we are just, happy to feature women entrepreneurs across India. So, like, do you think that being a woman played a crucial part in starting a business that was more online then compared to a man? Because what men will do is they'll go offline, or they'll have a physical office. So do you think that being a woman played that part to have the online presence more?
Yes, I feel that is increasing. Maybe I'll share a real scenario. Yesterday,
Mhm.
we had our coaching program where I generally train people how to start business.
Right.
So in that call, there were 8 people, six, I believe it was from women only. And all the women had the same pain point. They
Right.
got married, either they are planning for kids or they had kids.
Right.
Very, so they were working in IT or other sectors, and they feel they're not able to manage the kids and family. Now,
Right.
this pain point, if you think just as a pain point, women can come. But
Right.
they think that this pain point and they have to come back because we are educated. So now they don't have any other solution because they can't go outside, open a shop, or they can't do this. So women thinks like, okay, let me do something from home.
Right.
And they start building some craft business, and they do some, some people do some content,
Mhm. Mhm.
commerce. But I believe for all these majority things, woman is a start point.
Right.
They have that pain, no? They are educated, they were earning, but life has put them upside down. And if they get small family support, also they want to prove themselves. So
Right.
in
Of
this
course.
definitely, when compared to men, of course, men are doing good in the business. I don't say no. When it comes to the online space, the
Yeah.
spark is from the women.
Right, of course. Because as I was having conversation with other women entrepreneurs as well, so because they prefer working online because it is easier to manage their home as well as
Correct.
business. So, but again, it's their personal choices, and literally salute all the women entrepreneurs out there, doing the dynamic work of managing the families and their businesses amazingly. So now, I ask is that what is the future landscape of the women entrepreneurs out there? Like, where do you see all the women entrepreneurs in the next, say, 2 to 3 years?
I feel it is going to drastically increase, and men in your home will actually say, "Don't start. What is this nonsense?" They are
Yeah,
willing.
exactly.
So even right now, if I'm going to do some expand, I know I'm going to get something from the home. I don't even mind it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's obviously going to come, and it is going to increase. And I believe when our women are well matured, now since
Hmm.
they are seeing all these things, now if you think, my mother would have started this after the kids were born.
Right.
Currently, people are starting after marriage, but I started before marriage. Like this work from home
Right.
concept, I did before marriage itself. Like
Yeah.
at 2015, I quit my job. From the home I used to do, people used to mock at me like, hey, what are you doing from home? So you
Yeah.
are just doing just like that they were saying. Now,
Exactly.
since women are seeing this, I feel, or this is an advice to everyone, when you're doing college or when you're earning itself, save the money, start
Hmm.
business. So now
Right.
they will have the maturity. Many are doing this. I'm also getting some people like where they are saying that I have just now finished my college. I'm got into a job. So I'm getting money. And instead of spending, lavishly spending, they are ready to do business.
Right.
This mindset shift, maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, we will see the results. So they will be
Yeah.
well matured to start a business. They will fail. They will come back. And before the marriage itself, they will be in a position. So they can easily scale after marriage.
Right. So, one question that, like, how do you, like, you are a women entrepreneur, right? So, does your team consist of all the women people, like women employees only, or like men are also there? Or do you prefer women because, to empower them, to, employ, to give them more freedom, I'll say?
Initially, I was hiring only women, but then I understood it should be a mixed population for everyone to be energetic also.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
majority is from women, and I don't do any partiality during the interviews. If they are fit, I know what. And maybe if it's a woman, the main problem is their maternity breaks and etc.
Right.
I speak very clearly, like, and if they are there, I'm okay for it.
Yeah.
Because all through the time, what I felt was like, it's okay. If you are going for maternity, go for it. If the SOPs, everything is ready, you do the proper handover, enjoy your maternity. If I am not going to help you for your maternity break or something, then who is going to help you?
Exactly.
Men leader can't do that.
Right.
So if I have the opportunity, I agree to it. I onboard them and I give them hope, like it's all right. But you will learn how to do the handover. And once you come back, you learn how to get it and keep yourself updated and stay competitive with the other people.
Right. So my last question for this session, that just what advice are you, will you give to future women entrepreneurs out there who are, just starting, who just want to start their business, but, they are just fearful that, what if the business fail? How will I, what if my business gets lost and things like that? What will be your suggestion to the women entrepreneurs out there, or the budding women entrepreneurs out there?
Yeah, first thing, you will get failure. Accept it. So be ready for the failure. If you think I shouldn't fail, that is a problem. Be ready for the failure, but the failure, how much it is going to affect you, does matters a lot.
Right.
And the people out there inside your family itself, it would be your parents or everyone, may support or may not support you. It is not going to happen 100%.
Right.
Whatever they are saying, if you are very clear on what you are going to do and if you're going to take a calculated risk, please proceed. And if it's a failure, accept it. There is no problem. There is no one who's going to get 100% success. Because many women out there are feared for failure only.
Exactly.
What if they fail? What if they're going to mock it? Let them mock it. No, leave it.
Exactly.
That's just a part. You will come out of it. And one day when you become successful, these guys will be like, I know that day itself you were very hard.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone will come to take the credit. They'll not see the hard work and so many tears behind the business, right?
Correct. And that's important. Another second point, in case you're married or, you need your family support, ask for it. There is no harm in asking it. It is how are you going to ask it?
Right.
Like, if you're getting the kids also, like people will easily comment and say, okay, you just take care of the kids. So you have to be very clear what you need and what support you need from your partner or in-laws or anyone. And, as team building is way more important in a company, even if you're having...
Nivetha, I lost you.
Yeah, is that okay now? Okay?
Yeah, now it's okay.
So as I'll repeat the statement, so it'll be easy. Yeah, like team building is important in team. No, in the same way, if you're planning for some business, you should know how to outsource some of the works.
Right, of course.
So it can be getting help from the family members or hiring some helpers. Don't hesitate to do that. So that I could see that again, some mindset in some of the women, like they don't hire any people. They do all the stuffs in the home cleaning and everything. So then they won't focus on the work. So understand it, give priority to what you need, communicate clearly to the family. Now, families are very supportive.
Right.
If you clearly communicate them, yes, this is what I need. And just to share them the projections, what benefit are they going to get.
Right.
And slowly, initially, they will be very hard. Slowly, you speak. And they should feel, hey, maybe if we leave her or if we help her, she may do wonders. That feeling,
exactly.
They will definitely help you.
Right. I mean, it was so nice to have this amazing views to put out there in the world. I mean, people will literally be happy to see this interview and learn more about it. Thank you so much, Nivetha, for joining us and giving us your precious time. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Radhika. And the interview went really well towards that is, I love speaking about it. And thanks a lot for asking the questions.
Thank you so much.